Did you know that your funny bone is not actually a bone?
Are you doing this?
It's
This
an
is Are we coming out with fun facts?
it's a nerve. It's not a bone.
Yeah. I
Did
feel like you should have known that.
Did you know that though?
I mean, I never thought about it, but like if you think about it for 5 seconds, you're like, yeah, it's
Why is it
probably
called
not
a funny
probably not a
bone?
bone.
Did you
It's a
get a
funny
haircut?
nerve.
Cause
I
your
did.
head's looking kind of spicy right now.
Is it? Okay. A little spicy?
A little fresh, a little clean, a little spice,
Gotta go to a wedding in St. Louis tomorrow,
and
so I had
everything
to
nice.
clean it up.
I love it. I love that out of you. Weddings are fun.
Another one, baby. Last one of the year.
I'm sure I'll be getting some FaceTimes and some good old whiskey Snapchats out of you. That's become a
you know,
thing when you go to a
you know
wedding,
what?
and I'm here for it.
It's like, what do they have?
Yeah.
What is going to be the well bourbon?
What's the bourbon that Matthew's drinking at this wedding, and how many
Oh,
times
we
is he
know.
going to FaceTime me trying to hide from his wife, pretending how drunk he is not?
Did I do that? Did I do that
Hmm?
last time?
Yeah. You
I
FaceTimed me,
forgot
and you were like, she's looking for me. I've had too much bourbon. I was like, go find your wife, you asshole.
I forgot about that. I think she. Okay, that makes sense why she made a comment to me about hiding and drinking bourbon.
Yeah, there you go. That was it. I'm pretty sure that was a group FaceTime as well, and I think Matt was on that.
Oh, I think I just FaceTimed all of you. Was that when the Vols won?
Uh, no.
Okay, so
That this one,
we were just having a good time.
this one was a little bit ago, so it wasn't.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I know what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. Okay, all right. So she told me that I wasn't allowed to run and hide with my
Yeah.
bourbon this time.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's 100% because you called me hiding from her. So
Yeah,
good job.
I don't remember why, but hey,
Hopefully we do something similar to that tomorrow or
it's fine.
Saturday, whenever the wedding is.
Saturday. So I think Saturday's gonna be a great day because my Vols play at noon. The wedding ceremony is until 5. So I'm gonna
Oh,
get
you
the
got time.
boys. This is like so this is her like college group of friends, and I'm gonna get all the guys who are now good friends at the weddings. We're wedding friends really, and I'm gonna see if
Casually.
they all want to start drinking at like noon and watch the game with me, and then we'll have a good. We'll be rolling into the ceremony at 5. Should be pretty good,
You should
you know.
have a couple crispy boys before the game
Yeah,
starts, so you're rolling
yeah.
in like real nice and just flowing.
Oh,
Illinois
toasty.
Illinois got Purdue tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time, so same time,
Tomorrow or Saturday?
Saturday. It feels
Okay.
like Friday because
I'm
I
very
don't
thrown off.
I don't work tomorrow because of Veterans
I'm
Day. So
I'm also off tomorrow.
exactly. So I am just
Yeah.
like full on Friday mode, and I don't care.
Yeah, me
Um,
too.
so Christy and I were talking about that while we were eating dinner. She was like, "It feels like it's supposed to be Friday, but I can't watch my Great British Baking Show." And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna have to wait until tomorrow morning. You
That
can watch it
sounds
in
like
bed.
the biggest grandma move I've ever heard.
Yeah,
That she's waiting for the Great British Baking Show.
she was on the couch with a blanket over her by 7 o'clock tonight, and she was
Oh,
thrilled by it. She was
I
like,
mean that honestly, it sounds amazing. Like
she
I'm
was like,
tired.
"Hey, it's Friday, so I'm gonna do this early." And I was like, I love that we're at the point in our lives now where it's Friday and we're making excuses to be lazy earlier rather than
And
like
be
stay up late.
yeah.
Here we are.
It's not like you're not like pre-gaming. You remember when we pre-gamed at like 10, you know?
I can't
We like
imagine
went out at 10.
starting that process at 10 p.m. No, thank you. I would like
I
to be
want to
home
be
by 10 p.m. in
yeah.
bed, teeth brushed, in bed, asleep. See ya.
This is what I'm saying. Day drinking for we should make this a poll. Day drinking versus night drinking. Just saying, as I grow older, day drinking is way better. You know, because I keep making this case. You start early. Say we have Keeneland or a tailgate. 2 p.m. You start. Have a great time. Get as lubricated as you would like. You get home by 8 p.m. Just Dunzo. You throw some taquitos in there. You're in bed by like 9:30, sleeping, and you get a full night's rest, and you wake up semi early the next day like a normal human being. Great.
Uh,
All right.
we're gonna update this poll here. in chat. So come on down. What's the best time to drink your favorite beverage? Day drinking or
Yes.
nightcaps?
Yep.
Okay, let's get started
I'm
on
in.
a few things. We did not end up streaming on Tuesday like we were originally planning because
LOL.
this
Life happens,
this
buddy.
machine behind me, the washer, decided
Yeah,
to
never.
shit its pants,
Mm.
and the drainage pipe behind it had a hole in it, so there was water going through our floor into the unit below us. And I got a frantic knock on the door like, hey, there's a leak. It's like, cool, great, love that for me.
I never even
So
heard the end of that story. So what happened?
we got it fixed. Called the repair guy to come the next day. He replaced the pipe. It works and it's all good now. And there's like very minimal damage down low or down below us, so we're gonna have to get that fixed. But like it shouldn't be too much.
Yeah.
So we're getting that all sorted.
Life happens.
But yeah, had to do with that. So the good news though is that it allowed us to watch the Warzone reveal yesterday. And now we've seen that. We know a little bit more about Warzone 2 that's going to be coming out on the 16th. And now we can talk about it. So we're going to tee that up. We're going to put a little pin in that for
Put a pin in it.
for those corporate lingoers.
We'll circle back.
Yeah, we're going to put a pin on it. We're going to circle back next week. And we'll regroup.
How about we'll circle back in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Not next week.
Okay.
But like 10 minutes.
Let's get to some headlines. Also, before we get into headlines, I
Yeah.
think we just need an update from me. I'm at a weirder angle this week because I'm looking at my other monitor because this monitor in the last 2 weeks just decided to stop working.
It shit its pants.
Mid-game Apex ranked. Just
good
colors. Night. Rainbow. Good night. See you later. So that's where we're at.
We're really just keeping up with the trend though of like all of the tech issues being your fault. Or not your fault, but like they happen to you. They're your problem. Except I will say, I'll take the blame for what was that, like 3 weeks ago when we were starting the podcast and we were both muted. So we're not muted this week.
Yeah. So I'm kind of hoping that I don't think I have a warranty on it because it's like only 2 years old. You would think it'd be like a year warranty.
Yeah, it depends on the manufacturer. There's probably not a warranty on it though.
Oh, gotta research that now that I have some time.
Do some research. Put on your glasses and do some research.
I have a $600 monitor that I want to buy.
Do it. Black Friday.
I'm sitting here, so I have Discord up so I can see us, and then my window below is our show log so we can see what we're talking about. And one of my tabs, I just have it sitting. It's the first tab because it's number one right now.
That's right. What might be worse is that on my phone, I've got a tab open. There's like my just regular Google. Yeah. This one is a Herman Miller chair that I want. And I'm just like, oh, I want to do it, but I shouldn't do it. But I want to do it, but I shouldn't do it.
Sponsor us, give it to us for free. I don't know, please.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so yeah, that's my update. Let's get some headlines.
Yeah, let's dive into this just a little bit.
Okay, you rip it.
All right, we're gonna rip it. Yeah, your monitor, crapshoot. See ya. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Can we talk about another crapshoot real quick? Twitter. What the fuck?
I don't know though. I don't know. Here's the deal. You know my stance. I'm a big Elon Musk fan. I just think he figures it out, and he's in like the first week of all this stuff. So
figures it out, but he's a little bit of a tyrant.
Yeah, he is. The way he runs his businesses is business.
Apparently, it came out. It was leaked today that they held an all hands Twitter meeting, and they gave an hour notice for employees to get on this meeting. And he apparently showed up 15 minutes late. And on the call, he said, if you are physically able to be in an office, you must be in an office. And if you decide not to come in and work from home, I will accept your resignation now. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Twitter employees have been able to work remotely for like how many years now?
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah, like you're bringing in a brand new workforce is what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
because those people are
let
going to
go
leave.
half the company, and you got other higher, like bigger executives who are now leaving because of all of that. So there's a lot happening with Twitter. And oh, by the way, he also announced that that the company's essentially bleeding money, and
Well,
they
they were bleeding money.
well,
That
yeah,
was the whole
they
thing.
still are, and they're likely going to be losing billions in the next year, and bankruptcy is not off the table. So
I think it was already heading in that direction. That's the thing.
I don't know. I don't know. This is going to be a fun one to keep tabs on, though, because there is a lot happening. But what is actually affecting all of us, if you decide to partake, it's more of entertainment at this point, is Twitter Blue. And you can purchase your own verification for $8. If you haven't heard about this by now, my question to you is, where have you been? I feel like every single news outlet in America is talking about this. And
Yep.
it's already caused some funny little mishaps.
I think it's pretty funny.
Apparently, they're getting like very, very strict on impersonations and
Yeah.
like duplicate accounts and all of that.
Yeah.
So you can buy Twitter Blue for $8 a month. You get verified, so you have the blue check mark. And this is one of my favorite examples of it. I'm going to pull it up now, but it was an account
I'm
impersonating
scared.
Nintendo, and it has
Uh,
Nintendo of America with the blue check mark, and it's just Mario flicking you off. But you can see the actual at is Nintendo Doofus, so it's like it's a not the real Nintendo
but
account.
people are fooled now because
Yeah,
the
nobody
verified
like you
accounts
look at the
had
name and the check mark, you don't necessarily look at the handle.
yeah,
So this was up for like 2 hours before it got taken down, which in the grand
hilarious.
scheme of things, for it to be up for 2 hours and then get taken down is pretty impressive for how large of an ecosystem Twitter is. But
Yeah.
also, like, Nintendo's probably pissed about this.
Well, they
Um,
probably were the ones that flagged it. So
yeah. So
yeah.
I think it's hilarious. I think this is a hysterical use of satire and just like what can actually come from all of this verification stuff. But this could go down a very, very interesting path.
I think that in all reality, this has caused a lot of press, and it's caused. I mean, we're sitting here talking about it, so
Yeah, they're
uh,
talking about it on CBS mornings.
everywhere.
Christy watches the
Every
news every morning, and it's like
Christy is
CBS
such an
mornings.
old
Oh
soul.
my God, yeah, she's amazing. She's 80 years old at heart.
We love her, but she is 85 years old.
Yeah, she is the epitome of a boomer.
She was born in the wrong generation.
She really was. It's great.
Um, but we're sitting here talking about it, and my other thing is like I think the intent, at least the outer intent, you never know because Elon's also a billionaire, but he's also one that doesn't own a bunch of homes. It doesn't seem like all that caught up in all the material things. It's not, I don't know if it's really that much about money for him. He's like, this is a massive opportunity for free speech in America. I want to make it that. Great. I think that's really cool. So,
It's about his Tesla and his Tesla robot.
yeah. So, anyway, we'll see. I like keeping tabs on this stuff. I'm on Twitter every day. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
I am too. I mean, Twitter is where I get my news from. So like that's
same.
my without a doubt my number one social media platform that I'm like constantly on.
Yeah.
Um so I don't know, we'll see. There's a lot that comes of this. And I guess the question is, are you going to get Twitter Blue and have a verified checkmark by your name?
Me
I think
personally,
personally, sure, yeah, but also just like in general, like throw that in the
this
comments
is
down
for everyone.
below if
Yeah.
if you already have Twitter Blue, if you had it before, or if you plan to get it. I'm curious, just like what thoughts are around that.
Um. So I'm reading that now, like the features. Twitter Blue subscribers will be unable to change their display name after receiving a blue check mark. Also, I saw who was it? Doja Cat, this is like notoriously just like funny on Twitter.
Yeah,
Changed her name to Christmas and then got Twitter Blue. she's
you can't change it back.
she's Christmas. She can't change her name. She's just oh god, she's funny. I actually really like her. Anyway, I don't really like. Here's the deal for me. I just kind of creep on Twitter anyway. I don't really post.
Yeah,
I'll like retweet stuff. So if it's like, I I think you can post like longer tweets and stuff. I don't really care. So unless I have there's a benefit directly for somebody who lurks, um, I don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
I'm the same way, and I feel like the only real benefit that we could see would be like doing it for the Joystick Pod channel at some
Yeah,
point. Of like, I feel
yeah.
like that's it. But there is an interesting thing. So you can tell if somebody's actually verified or if they have Twitter Blue. But if you click on the check mark, it'll throw a pop up on your screen and it'll say this person is verified because they subscribe to Twitter Blue, or it'll say this person is verified because they are a personality for like, or they're a government official or entertainment personality or something. So like there is a way to tell, but you have to actually click on it. So like there's not, just at first glance, there's no way to know if it's just like a person like us with like 100 or 200 followers or an actual person who should be verified. So it's
Yeah.
interesting. This is something that, there's a lot to
What happening? What?
Christine just texted me.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
We have two watching now. Is she one of the two?
I don't know. But no, this is not anything related. So she just texted me.
Okay.
Benner has had some digestive issues this week,
Oh boy.
and we've got him on some pumpkin puree to
We have that too.
yeah. So he had a very massive bowel movement right after we ate dinner in the house. So he picked it up, put it in the toilet, and she just opened the toilet and it clogged the toilet.
Oh no.
So my 20-pound dog is out here clogging human grade toilets.
Whoa. That's impressive.
All right, we're gonna keep tabs on Twitter Blue. Kind of just took us off the rails a little
And
bit, but
Banner's
that's okay.
poos.
Banners poos. All right, God of War Ragnarok released yesterday. I'm excited about it, except the problem is I can't play it because it's a PlayStation exclusive, and
Thanks.
unlike the first God of War, it's not available on PC. So I actually texted my buddy who he listens to the podcast. Shout out to Drew. I texted him. He's got a PS5. I was like, I might have to borrow your PS5 for a week so I can play God of War Ragnarok because I absolutely love that game.
Does it look good?
It does look good. I've watched a couple streams just to like see it. I don't really want to ruin the storyline or anything to it, so I'm trying to stay away as much as possible. But there was a ton of hype on
What's this
Twitch.
similar to? Like, I know we've talked about it, but I don't really remember.
God of War, I would say kind of, it's not similar to like an Assassin's Creed mixed with like Elden Ring type, like a little bit of that. It's not as hard as an Elden Ring game. It's not a Bloodborne game or a Souls game. Yeah, it's kind of like that a little bit. It's like, I don't know. There's good storytelling in the franchise, and I actually like it because it's all about mythology, which is very interesting to me. Which is one of the reasons why I liked Assassin's Creed Valhalla, because all of the Norse mythology included within that was really interesting. So I am at some point going to be playing it, but until then, I'm trying to stay away from the storyline in ruining that for me. But I'm excited for it, and there was a lot of hype just in general about it of its release. So I'm curious to see how the sales are, how it does in its first week, and all of that. So we'll follow up on this next week after I can dive into some of the metrics and everything.
Sweet. Okay. Talk about it more later.
This one you sent me, so why don't you tell me about this McDonald's thing?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it.
Yeah, I just think it's silly. I just like literally was coming across this in the news and was like, it's so dumb, but like, here I am talking about it. McDonald's is giving away its ultimate gaming chair, and it has chicken and fry holders. What's its name, Kevin?
So the McDonald's gaming chair, it's to promote the McCrispy sandwich.
Yeah.
I'll show the picture of it in a minute. But the chair includes a McCrispy branded pillow, a specially designed holder for McDonald's fries, sauce trays, and a hot box so gamers can keep their McCrispy sandwich warm while they're playing games. Unreal. They're really just going
Oh.
grasping at fries and just like trying to do
Wow.
anything, which I think
I'm gonna.
this is hilarious. I mean, it's a total meme. Um, but the chair, it says the chair is said to be stain proof, so they don't have to worry about getting sauce all over it. Um, but
They've
like
got too much money.
too much money and just yeah, this is the chair. The picture's not great. The chair is horrendously ugly, and it really doesn't look like that nice a quality. But like you can see on each side, I'm assuming this on like the right side, which would be your left arm, is the hot box, and the other side is to hold your fries. That looks like the shape of fries. But one thing I actually did read about this is that it's completely modular. So you can, if you prefer your fries be on the left side, you can change those. Totally wild.
Okay, let's move on.
Absolutely
McDonald's.
neurotic.
um.
The last
Okay.
thing, Neymar is now a COD partner, which is kind of cool.
Well, didn't we? We already mentioned that he was going to be in the game. He's a COD partner, though. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so he's like officially a Call of Duty partner. Um, he tweeted, he said, every squad mate needs an attacker. And there's a picture of a locker with a bulletproof vest in it with his name on the back. This is number 10. It's actually a pretty cool image.
That's pretty sick.
But this is just, I mean, we talk about this all the time. It's gaming
Crossover.
infiltrating mainstream media.
Yep.
And honestly, what perfect timing before the World Cup starting in 2 weeks.
I can't even believe that. I haven't even thought about
I
it.
keep forgetting about it, and
Yeah,
then
me
I'm like,
too.
oh my gosh, the World Cup's in December, and I just get
Yeah.
absolutely hyped. So I'm
Get
very
hyped,
excited for
but
that.
like the US kind of sucks.
Yeah, the U.S. is
Sadly.
probably not going to
So.
make it out of the group stage, but
Mm.
I still love watching the World Cup every year.
Oh, I
So
do too.
it's good timing for, obviously
For
they
you.
do this on purpose. Good timing for the release of Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, and the World Cup coming soon. So Neymar, obviously a huge personality in the soccer world. I think it's just kind of cool.
Okay, let's move on to more important topics. What
On
do you
that
think?
note, yes, I want to talk about Modern Warfare 2 and
Boom.
Warzone 2 because there's a lot there to unpack.
Okay,
So let's get into the
start
meat
it.
and potatoes here, and we can kick things off of what we've already played and what we think about it. So let's dive into multiplayer a little bit, and I want your thoughts because I haven't played a lot of multiplayer yet. I know you've played more than I have, so I'm curious on your thoughts compared to the last probably like 3 or 4 titles. Give me a good comparison of how it feels to like Modern Warfare 2019, and then if there's any like key takeaways or differences between Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard and all of that.
That's a lot. That's a lot to think about. I think my
You got to come prepared, my
initial
friend.
I know, but my initial reaction, like I really haven't had a chance to play as much of it as okay, here's the deal. With a lot of Call of Duties, and you can relate to this. How many times have you turned this game on and you play a few games and you're addicted? And you can't stop playing that game. Like there's so many CODs I could talk about. That it was like I could not put it down.
Yep.
I wasn't even going to go this direction with this, but I don't have that feeling with it.
So my
Uh,
my problem right now is that I am so hooked on Apex Ranked that I don't have a ton of desire to even play multiplayer.
how many times have we talked about a good ranked system mattering so much,
Yes. And
right?
I was watching TP stream for the reveal of Warzone 2 and DMZ, and he wasn't actually at the event. He decided to stay home, I think, because he has a newborn. So he stayed
Mhm.
home, but he had on his stream, he put up like 12 different creators' streams just on one screen, who were at the event and streaming Warzone. And he was clicking back and forth between all the different viewpoints. And one thing that he said that stuck out to me, and it's something that you talk about all the time on this podcast, It's what is going to pull my attention away from something else, and like what's the value prop here? Like what's
Yeah.
going to keep me coming back?
Mm-hmm.
And he even said, he's like, there's not a ton here that I feel like is going to hook me.
Mm-hmm.
And that like I'm really super excited about. So that is coming from somebody who was just observing and wasn't actually playing Warzone. The creators who were there may have some different thoughts, and people may have different thoughts on the 16th when it actually gets
Dude.
released. But I think it's a very fair question because, I mean, you talk about it all the time.
So let's go back because I want to circle back, put a pin in that because
We're going to
I
put
want
a,
to talk about multiplayer.
should we get a pin counter?
The multiplayer, my perspective on multiplayer is that I like it. I mean, to be honest, the graphics look really good. The game looks crisp. The sounds look crisp. It feels like Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
But it's slow. It's slow. It if you go from a playing Apex, which I'm sure a lot of people are, or even Modern Warfare 2019, to this game, it feels like you're treading water. It feels like you're trying to run through water when you're playing the game. So unless you're
It's not
playing
easy
this
to do.
game yeah, unless you're playing this game a lot, and you get used to that movement, it's a little hard to feel like I don't know. The second part of this, the gun unlocks, the attachment unlocks, are we thought it was going to be an improvement. I don't know if it is because I do think they made a good decision in terms of like you unlock one thing, you unlock it for all the guns, but the problem is the challenges are like you have to unlock a red dot sight for this gun. You have to unlock this gun and this gun. You have to unlock this gun first, and then you gotta unlock this gun, and then you gotta unlock this gun, and then you gotta complete a challenge with that gun before you get the red dot. It's like I get the grind, and of course, like wanting people, like you're trying to hook people to like give them a goal to continue playing the game, right? But this is where I'm circling back to is that it's almost empty. Like you totally feel like some of that stuff is fun with the challenges unlocking stuff, but like we've done this so many times unlocking attachments and stuff. And the second part of this, there's so many attachments and so many things. You don't really know what's the best combination at this point. So what's your motivation for unlocking four different guns to get one thing that you don't even know is going to be that good?
Yeah. It's a really good point. Um and it's one of the honestly, one of the reasons why I don't feel a ton of pressure to actually put time into multiplayer right now to unlock a lot of the guns and a lot of the attachments. It's like I kind
Like
of want to just like take it easy, figure out what's good, and then figure out how much time I'm actually going to have to put in to get what I need to perform, and then just naturally unlock everything else on the back end. So
okay, Kev,
thoughts.
if I had no other game to play right now and it was just Modern Warfare 2,
I'd be playing it.
I'd 100% just be hanging out, playing that game, and I'd be good with it because you're used to it. It's routine, right?
I'd be doing
You know
camo
you gotta unlock
challenges
the
because
attachments,
one
you're
thing
doing
about this
camo
game,
challenges.
oh my god, the camos look phenomenal.
Oh yeah, I think everything looks really good. But here's where I feel like they're missing the point. Like I don't know about Warzone 2 yet. We haven't seen that, and I guarantee you will play it. I will probably play DMZ too. Um, where's the meaning? I feel like with Apex right now, we have this like such a drive to go back and play it because we keep trying to level up and get rank. Every season, we keep coming back. We keep wanting to get higher in rank. Like, and we're
Yes.
getting better, and we can feel ourselves getting better as a team too. So like, I'll be curious of how they've structured Warzone 2. And I'm excited for it. I am genuinely excited for it. But it's like, do you want to? Is there going to be an emptiness of just dropping in game after game after game? I don't know. I mean, you'll see when you get attachments and stuff. That's going to be exciting and getting different guns. They've definitely changed it with like. I'll be curious what your impression. You have watched more than I have, but they've changed it to more like a blackout style,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Um,
So like that's cool.
there's
Good change.
that's cool, and I'm gonna put a pin in that point, and I'm gonna increase our pin counter. Um, we'll come back to that, but to your point of, you know, what's the meaning? Like, what
Yeah.
gets you coming
What are
back?
you working for? What makes you excited to come back and play the game?
I think there's gonna be a huge plateau effect with this game if they don't have a good ranked system. Because say what you want about Apex and the ranked system, a lot of Apex grinders say that their ranked system sucks and there's a lot of flaws with it. But my counter argument to that is, if when I'm trying to decide what I want to play, as somebody who considers themselves uh, casual but more of a,
Casual but invested.
yeah,
I mean, we're
yeah.
we're
I
more
mean,
than
I
casual.
would say we play more than your average person. I mean, God, we have a fucking podcast about it. So like,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think there's gonna be a massive plateau effect. Because yes, like to your point, yeah, there is a lot of good in unlocking all of the new stuff, and there's a sense of accomplishment to say like, okay, I finally have everything unlocked. I have what I need, and unlocking camos and all of that. But when it comes down to it, a couple months in, if there's not a ranked system and you're just kind of playing pubs for whatever reason,
Think about the difference. Like, think about playing Apex and just playing pubs versus playing ranked. A lot of
yeah,
times we just go straight into ranked because we're excited about it.
yeah, it's like if I play pubs, it's I'm gonna play one to warm up my shot, and then I'm
And then
going
even
straight
that,
into
even with
ranked.
that,
Sometimes that
yeah,
doesn't even happen.
yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna play it, and I want to put the time in and actually enjoy it. But I also feel like it's gonna
Yeah.
be, unless they come out with a good ranked system or DMZ kind of blows things out of the water. Which, after watching the event, I'm not really sure. Jury's out on DMZ. I think it needs more people and not just like the creators and the devs playing it. So we're gonna put a pin in that for
Yeah. Yeah.
next week as well. And I'm gonna up our counter here. We got 4 pins rolling. Um, yeah, jury's out on that. But like, if there is no actual ranked playlist, which I'm actually looking at the roadmap for season 2, and we can touch on this. There's no note of a ranked playlist for Warzone. That might just not be announced yet, but it's not gonna make me continue to come back like it did previously, because now I have the experience of, okay, I know I'm good at Apex and I want to continue to rank up in that, and that's where I'm going to spend my time, because a good ranked experience is something that I want. Um, and it may just be a situation where it's like, Call of Duty's great for the nostalgia, but where my time is being spent is Apex.
Yep. And you know what? There may be a lot of people that disagree with us. I don't know.
There may be,
I'd
and
like to hear
honestly,
some chatter on that. You know.
I hope there is, because there's a lot of good in having differing viewpoints, and I'd be curious to have a conversation with somebody who doesn't necessarily want a ranked playlist.
Mm.
So if that's you, pop into our YouTube live and come chat with us, because we want to hear from you. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a good point. But I've got
You want to?
the
Yeah.
I've got the roadmap up. You can see it on the screen here. Just a quick overview of everything that's coming on the 16th. So you can drop into Warzone 2 for the first time. The new map is called Al Mazrah, which we've already talked about, and DMZ is another new mode. There's a new Gulag and 2 new vehicles to the game: a heavy chopper, and a Hummer, which I think is interesting. And then there's new game features. And quite frankly, I can't read this because it's too small. So I'm going to need you to zoom in on it and tell us about it.
LOL. Hold on one second. What are we doing? New game features? What are you talking about? Bottom
Aquatic
left?
combat,
Oh my
new
god.
buy stations.
Oh wow. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Proximity chat.
Oh, yes.
Proximity chat. That's a great addition.
I agree. Proximity
That's
chat's going to be a lot of
hilarious.
fun.
Yeah.
And
Um,
what we don't know, I don't think, and I might have just missed this in the showcase. I don't know if it's in Warzone or if it's just DMZ
I hope it's in
or
Warzone.
if it's in both. We'll find out though. But that's going to be fun.
Hilarious. New buy stations. Third person playlist. Interrogation.
So
I don't
the
know what that
so
means.
interrogation is actually cool because you can, if there's somebody who's downed on another team, I believe, if I have this correctly, you can interrogate them, and then by doing so, you essentially get a UAV.
Oh,
Um,
take them as prisoner of war.
yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Ash's passive, where you can mark
Yeah,
the death box of like who killed them on the map.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so kind of a cool little mechanic that they've added. So I'm curious of like how that's actually going to work out because I never actually saw anybody do it in the showcase. Um,
Interesting
but speaking of the showcase, though, I wrote down just like a couple just
thoughts.
thoughts off the cuff from just some observations. And the one big thing that I'd noticed is that there's no pistols in hand when you're dropping in, and which means I think this is a good thing. You're not getting shot out of the sky at the start of the game, so it actually
I
gives you
had
an
fun with
opportunity.
that.
It's fun, but also like when it happens to you, it is such a pain in the ass.
So
Where
brutal.
it's like
Yeah,
you're dropping into a game, and it's like you don't even get to experience it because you're dying right away and
it's
going
like the
straight to the
streamers
gulag.
that do that though. They're so good. They become so good at it. They play this game so often.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
there were times where like it's fun to do and see how many kills you can get out of the air, but like at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing. Um, so you have to actually get on the ground, loot in. You can loot out of duffel bags now. It's kind of like um, Escape from Tarkov a little bit, the looting system, because you can like loot cabinets and duffel bags and
Like in
little
the cash registers
yeah
and
cash
like
registers, like
yeah.
little boxes on the wall you can open up, and there's still floor loot. But the looting system is very much different, where it's like you open up a bag from Escape from Tarkov, you pick out what you want from it. You come in with a satchel on, and you get 2 plates, and you have to find a larger satchel to equip your third plate. And
Mm.
it's very much more methodical now. It's not just like you run over ammo, and because you have that gun, you're automatically picking up ammo, which is like now that after we play Apex for so long, it's so dumb. Automatic pickup is just like why. I actually think that the new looting system is gonna slow the pace down a little bit, but I think it's ultimately gonna be a good thing for the game because it gives you like you don't have to just try and be like the next Joe and be the movement king and just only focus on that. It's like you can be a little bit more methodical because everybody is almost forced to be.
Mhm.
So it'll definitely start like that, but I'm curious like how quickly people will pick up on this new looting system and how that changes things.
He
Um,
definitely changes the pace of the game for sure.
yeah, for sure. Then the only other thing we kind of touched on everything just like initially that I threw down. The other thing from a UI perspective, there is no team inventory. So like in Warzone, if you were to go play right now, you can kind of see what your team has, like if they have a UAV or if they have self revive, all of that. Down in the bottom left, you just see what you have. You don't see what your team has anymore. So I would expect that to probably come back with an update at some point because I think that was just a
Yeah.
good quality of life update.
Oh, 100%.
Um, but we don't have that. So, rip.
Still a good amount to be desired here.
But also just like after watching the showcase, I was pretty impressed with the map in general. The map looks huge and there's a lot of different areas. Like you can get
Very clean.
very clean and I will say, depending on whose stream you were watching, you're very much getting a different graphical experience because like and this was very apparent with TP when he was watching all the different perspectives, but like Symphony stream kind of looked like shit, and everybody was like, why do the graphics look terrible? And like my immediate thought goes to like, okay, well you're watching a stream from a remote location, like we kind of have to take that with all a grain of salt. But then like you switch to Joe's stream and his looked great. So ultimately we can't really judge it until we experience it ourselves. Um, but overall, I would say I'm impressed with just like first look at Al Mazrah and what the map looks like in general and how large it is. Confirmed got 150 people dropping into each game. So it's going to be a large pool of people that you're going to be
Three
hunting down.
circles.
Yeah, 3 circles. You got bots on the map now too. There's AI. You can go into different strongholds and you have to like break into the building. There's an objective.
Mm.
You can get your loadout out of that. So like,
That's another big piece of news. Is the
yeah,
loadout?
the loadout is a
Loadouts are
big one.
back.
Loadouts are back. You don't get them in the exact same way, but like you can buy your primary gun. You can pretty much buy either of your guns. You can get them from doing strongholds around the map. There are ways to do it, but like the free loadout is gone. Um, it's gonna be a different. Like I said, I think it's just gonna slow things down a little bit, which ultimately is probably good for the game.
We'll see.
We shall
Um,
see.
I don't know. With 150 people, maybe it's not that slow, but
It may
it's
not be.
but the map is so giant. Oh, another thought. They just announced today, I think it was today or yesterday, that there's going to be nukes in the game. It's like very, very hard to get, very complicated, and it's not like just getting a kill streak. It is I don't know. It sounds like it's a mission or something,
It's like a almost
contract or
like yeah, like
something.
a contract combined with like an Easter egg that you have to accomplish almost.
We're gonna see. People are like, "Oh God, the hackers are gonna get a nuke every game now."
Did you? I actually didn't see that, so this is the first I'm
Uh,
hearing of it.
oh,
You?
really?
Did you
Yeah.
read it all into that? Like, is the nuke
Mm,
gonna end the game like it does in multiplayer, or is it like anybody within that area is killed? Like, have you heard about
I
that
don't
at all?
haven't heard anything about it. I don't think they released any details about it yet. They just said it was like going to be complicated to get. Um,
All right. Well, fuck me.
yeah, I mean, there's not even articles about it yet, Kev. Let's I'll do a little tweet search here.
Get on the little tweeter machine and see what you can find. Um, the you said that Shoot House is coming back too, right?
Shoot House is announced back.
Do we know if Shipment's coming back?
I could have sworn I saw something about it.
I would
Shoot
love Shoot the Ship.
House. Shoot the ship. Shoot House map trailer. They released it 8 hours ago.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm
Yeah,
here
it
for it.
looks good.
I mean, here I am sitting here talking about how I really don't care to play multiplayer and I'm just waiting for Warzone and then I say I would love Shoot the Ship, but
Mm-hmm.
to each their own,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Yes, both are coming back. Shoot House and Shipment.
All right. Cool. I'm here for it. Um what are lastly before we wrap up the Warzone talk? What are your thoughts about bots being in Warzone?
AI, I don't know, man. I'm a little. It's a little weird. I'm a little weirded out. You know what it reminds me of is the bots that used to be in Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah. It is I would say actually a lot like that. There
I mean, I
is
guess that's what you get for 150-person lobbies.
That's true. And at the end of the game, this is actually kind of an interesting thing. When you see your kill count at the end of the game, you get your like the amount of kills that you have of like real people and
And
then the
also a
amount of
bot.
kills that you have from the AI.
Honestly, I think
And
that's
then you get
really
your total
smart
kills.
because if they do a combat record, you gotta separate those out.
Yeah, bot kills can't count in
You know
your
what?
KD or
I
any of
love
that.
the way they did that. Didn't even realize they did that because you got to think about it. You know how many people would try to VPN and get into just straight bot lobbies if
Like
it could boost their
literal
KD and
bot
everything?
lobbies. Oh
Literally
yeah,
just only bot lobbies.
stats would be off the absolute charts. But I don't like they're not going to count any of that in the actual combat
That's
record.
great.
It's
Yep.
just broken out. You can see real people versus bots, and then you get your
Yep.
total. You get your team totals at the bottom. That is one of the nice things now when you're in the plane afterwards, or the helicopter, whatever they're choppering you out on after you win a game, and like you and the boys are all hyped because you won. It's
Mhm.
not going to be me sitting here, old idiot who can't do math, trying to add up how many kills we got. There's a nice little total at the bottom of the screen.
God, how hard was that?
Team kills total, especially after a couple of glasses of bourbon. Me trying to do math? Not happening. I'm just sitting over here. Matt, how many kills did we get?
Oh boy, that's funny.
So
That's good.
here
Yeah,
we are.
that's kind of where I'm at. Anyway, let's go to some Apex
Let's
while
do it.
we don't have a whole lot of time. Let's
No,
rip it.
we got a couple minutes left. Just quick wrap up, final thoughts on Warzone. I'm excited. Warzone 2, it's coming out on the 16th. We've got 6 days here. We're going to talk about it. And let's see, our next episode's what, next Tuesday? What's the date on next Tuesday? That is going to be the 15th. So we've got a day after. We may do a little bit of a mixed up schedule next week, too. We'll talk about that. We'll figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Because I would love to have our next episode be actually talking about our first experiences playing it. So more to come on that, but stay posted, or we'll keep you posted. Stay tuned, and let's roll into a little bit of Apex because we're still playing it, we're still loving it, and we just want to.
And it makes me happy to talk about.
Makes me happy.
You know what? I don't even really know where we left off the last time, but I think now we're like in the throes of our ranked grind at the moment.
Yeah.
So we have got a lot more time on Broken Moon. I think we were just going on first impressions last time, so I kind of want to get into your thoughts and impressions now on Broken Moon, full on ranked split.
I will say I am a fan of the map now. I do like it. I like the zip system when used correctly. It can really screw you. Really can.
That was by design.
Yeah. It's a high risk, high reward movement style, and you have to it requires some forward thinking too. Like when you're trying to run away from Storm, it's not like just get on the nearest zip line and it's going to bring you into the circle, because it goes around mountains and you have to actually pay attention. Like I think there was a good situation from us. We were in the circle trying to get out a couple days ago, and I was looking on the map to see like, okay, what's the nearest zip line that's going to take us in? So it's not just like an easy movement system. There is some thought behind it.
You also can't really shoot off of it.
Correct.
So
it's not easy to do.
It's only a movement thing.
POIs wise, I'm actually very much liking the divide over on the western side of the map.
Oh, favorite spot.
Sorry, eastern side of the map. Directions are hard. So just like math. I like the divide a lot. Terraformer I like as well.
Absolutely despise the promenade.
Promenade, I don't hate it as much as you guys do, but it is a pain in the ass to get through.
It just turns into the biggest sixth party sesh.
Yeah, it's a huge choke point because like it's
right in the middle of the map.
You run into a team, you wipe them, and you're immediately head on a swivel because you know someone else is coming. It's right in the middle. A lot of times the circle goes right through it, and there is like not three technically, but it's double leveled. So like you can go underneath it, but then also you get on top in the main level, and there's then also a zip line that goes through the entire thing. So there's a lot of movement happening, and it is very much third party, fourth party, fifth party city.
Yep, that's why I don't love it. But I will say, any other thoughts before I give mine?
I love the G7. I love the car.
Yeah, that's where you're on right now.
I am deeply in love, and I'm so happy.
You're hitting with it right now.
I am. I don't know
what's I love about Apex, man. But there's so many different options. There's so many things.
Those games where I'm just going like 2,000 damage with the G7, just pop, pop, pop. It's like, yeah, this is nice. This is nice.
Or
I had a 2,500 damage game the other day with, I don't know how many kills I had, but I think it was like 9 kills with
it's 4 so fun.
assists and 2,500 plus damage, and the win. Ended up getting like 600 RP out of that because I ranked up too. It's like, yeah, that's a good one to end the night.
Oh, feels so good. That ranking system, that RP. And no matter how many games you go and drop in and die immediately and lose 40 RP, just can't compare to a crazy game like that. And you hit 600 RP and you're like, I am fully back in.
Come to Papa.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too, man.
Want to see the baby.
Divide is easily our bio. Luckily, it's a high tier loot spot too.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
What,
I mean, oftentimes there's at least one other team dropping in, so it's like, get your shit, loot, and let's go crash some skulls.
I like Bionomics too.
I
South
don't
of
like it as much
Divide.
as the divide.
Well, neither do I, but
It's more of a, if there's four teams with Masters trails rolling into the divide, I'm like, okay, maybe let's pull and
yeah.
get looted up, and we'll go to
Oh,
Bionomics.
Alpha Base too. I like Alpha Base. That's one of my. That's probably those are probably my top three.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and then
Um,
the one in the top left corner,
Breaker Wharf.
Warp. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, are you thinking of
Breaker
the
Wharf.
Foundry?
No, Breaker Wharf. I like
Okay.
that one, and that one's almost, it's set up similar to the divide where it's either side is symmetrical, and you like land on one side, one team lands on the other, and it's just like boom, go to work.
Yeah.
I like how that. I like that setup.
Yeah. It's yes, I agree. Well, Sam, like the Foundry is just for me. I feel like just it's very spread out of a
It's fine.
POI. The loot's very spread out. It's just like we'll land. I feel like that's the spot we land if there's like not if there's too many crazy diamond and masters trails, and we're like, all right, we're gonna go away from everybody else.
Yeah, yeah, I
Um,
agree.
what else was I gonna mention? Oh, my loadout has changed as well. So I've gone from flatline R3. I said it I don't know. I think last week I just saw somebody hitting with the wingman again, and I just got that itch. I was like, if I can hit my shots with the wingman, it is so powerful.
It
It's
is.
just destroys if you hit your shots. I'm hitting my shots right now. I'm
It's
hitting
hitting.
my shots.
It's hitting.
It's very fun. That's there's almost nothing more satisfying when you hit 3 shots and you break like a purple armor. Like damn, you hit 96 on the headshot with the
Damn.
yeah, yeah. So that's my loadout right now. It's so crazy.
I'll take a G7 over a wingman any day.
Yeah, but our purposes are different. I'm using wingman on a close range. I'm using a one by on it.
Yeah,
And then my
you're using it like a
R3,
shotgun. It's like a Mozambique, just with a lot
yeah.
more firepower.
Yeah. Like the R3 is usually what I'll start with, and I got a 2 by on it, so I can like play close or mid, and usually try to. If I hit all my shots, I can usually down somebody first,
Yep.
and then it's like you get onto the second and third teammate, and you pull out the wingman, and you hit 2 to 3 shots. You're making them back off pretty quick, so it's fun. It makes those close range fights so much fun.
It is feeling crispy. That's for
Hmm.
sure.
What's 926? Um, do we have any other thoughts? Oh, the last thing I wanted to mention was just impressions on Catalyst. I mean, we can make this really fast.
She's fine. She's mid.
Eh,
Eh.
I don't think she's like a game breaker. I like her abilities in general, but I just don't think it's
I can't
she's
remember
not
if
OP.
I said this last time we talked about Catalyst, or if have just said it between now and then, but she's ultimately at the end of the day going to be one of just like the mid-tier legends who like you can
I
get
think
by
it's
with
kind of
using her.
specialized. If you use it right, like I saw somebody like on a TikTok throw the wall like inside, basically down a hallway, and like it doesn't affect Catalyst. Like if you're going in and out of the
Yeah, she
wall,
can strafe
and she
through
was
it.
like going strafing through the wall.
Her
It was
teammates
just
can strafe through
downing
it too.
people. Like that's totally useful. But
It's
like
very, very situational.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
So
I because of that, I think it's going to end up being just like she'll be a mid tier legend that if you're good with her, you can probably get some insane clips. Um, but most people will probably not find a ton of success. Um, she's fine. I've used her a couple times. I wasn't thoroughly impressed.
yeah.
But let me tell you,
Also, I'm Horizon now. By the way,
that seer heirloom.
give me a
Give it to me.
Vantage heirloom. Give me like a
No, you want a Horizon heirloom is what you want, because that's what's going to be
no.
next. Because the Apex community and all of the Horizon infused mains are pissed that Seer's getting the next heirloom because Horizon's been in the game for 2 years and still doesn't have one. And Fuse has been in not nearly as long, but much longer than Seer.
Sincere.
And everyone's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? But
Hmm.
they're going based off of pick rate, and that's what's going to make them the most money. And then they're going to absolutely nerf Seer into the ground like they did with Valk. I am
Yeah.
fully prepared. I've already got the heirloom shard, so like I don't have to worry about it. But I'm fully prepared. I'm gonna get this heirloom, and then the next season they're gonna nerf Seer, and I'm gonna be like, all right, who's next? So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still use Valk sometimes too, though. So like they're not gonna absolutely kill him, but he's gonna get nerfed.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great talking about Warzone 2. We've got, like we
Yeah.
mentioned before, we got 6 days before it comes out. So the 16th, we'll figure out a schedule for next week. Hopefully we can do the episode after we've been able to actually experience Warzone 2 for a little bit. But if you have been joining us, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Something new on YouTube, actually, we have handles now.
Yeah.
So if you're listening on a podcast platform, check us out over on YouTube. We stream the show live. You can get live notifications by subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and you can find us at youtube.com/@the Joystick Chronicles. At is the little and sign. So check us out. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.